Travis, what about on the cost side of things? I would imagine when you're talking about, really some high-tech engineering type planning that goes in up front, along with the lighting solutions themselves, the cost on that is going to be higher than the traditional type lighting solution. Why is there value in taking a look at LED solution, source solutions, I should say, rather than the traditional, probably lower cost type method to tackle this project?
Right. Well, the reason we get so excited about LED technology, and the reason why we do what we do, is to help customers save money. Ultimately, what we're trying to accomplish for businesses particularly is reduce their operating costs and improve their cash flow. Obviously, we specifically do that through the use of LED lighting. But what that means is there's a big energy savings to be had. So as your electric bills go up and up and up over the years, we can help you reduce that. We can take a high wattage lighting system and reduce the amount of watts that it takes to run that. That means that you're going to save energy, you're going to save electricity on your electric bill, your monthly bill. But there's some additional things in that too. Is first of all, LED lighting runs at cooler temperatures than a traditional, maybe a halogen or incandescent. And this is one of the things that maybe people don't often think about, is that by doing that in an interior space especially, you can actually reduce your cooling costs. So if you think about it, if you've got a light bulb that produces a ton of heat, which most halogens and incandescents do, they're very, very hot, you can take an LED bulb and swap that out and produce less heat inside of a room. There are certain rooms where that's a big deal. If you think about, and we can come up with examples all day long, but let's think about a lower ceiling area like in a church, for example, a church foyer. If they've got a lot of bulbs in that area, that room may get hot. We can actually reduce the heat output, and so ultimately, besides just saving electricity by reducing the wattage of the lighting system, we can also save money on the cooling bill because there's less heat in that room. So aside from the electric and the cooling, the other big thing that we really like to talk about is the reduction in maintenance. Obviously, this is a big deal for businesses, but if you think about a business that spends a lot of money replacing bulbs, maybe they've got somebody on staff that's what their job is. Maybe they've got a parking lot where they have to have an electrician come out, every so often with a boom truck, and that's not cheap. You're paying an electrician's rate to do that, or you're paying a maintenance guy money to do that as well. So LED lighting lasts significantly longer than other types of lighting. To throw an example at you, and we're going to be talking big numbers, but a regular light bulb, just a screw-in light bulb, and we call them lamps. That's the technical term that we use. So a regular lamp, halogen, may only last 2,000 hours. An LED replacement is going to last 50,000 hours. Now again, we're talking big numbers. But let's say you're in an environment, maybe it's a retail area or a restaurant, and you're running that bulb 12 hours a day, every day of the year, or most every days. Your typical halogen, you're going to be replacing that 2 to 4 times a year at least. Whereas an LED, that may actually go 10 years without ever having to be replaced. So again, when you're talking about a maintenance perspective, that gets to be a pretty big deal. Besides all the electric and cooling costs that you're savings, the fact that you don't have to change that light bulb out or pay someone to change it out is a big deal. When we get into higher end products like parking lot lights, we have some that the first expected maintenance is 20 years down the road. So you're just talking a pretty significant amount of savings for that kind of stuff. So dollars wise, that's what we help our customers figure out.